Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jared McKenzie. This is You Want Podcast. We got a special guest, CJ Green, in the building.
What's up?
Give a round of applause. I got Ryan in here helping me co-host today. How are y'all doing, boys?
I'm doing pretty good.
Glad to have you on, man.
I appreciate it. This is awesome, honestly. Like, an honor, really.
Yeah. Well, we're happy to have you on. I had Avery on, man, and he was the one telling me about you. I was like, just started looking you up and stuff, man.
Yeah.
You're a MMA fighter for the 501 Fight Club, correct?
Yes, sir.
What weight are you?
125.
125. Which class is that?
Flyweight.
Flyweight. Okay. When was your last fight?
My last official fight was February 5th, I'm pretty sure, against Americo Garcia. He got me by armbar in the first, I think it was 3 minutes of the first round. But, I mean, it's just part of it, really.
You gotta get back up.
I actually just watched that fight today. Yeah, it was pretty good.
I appreciate it.
He seemed like I couldn't, for some reason, when he was talking into the mic, I couldn't hear him in the video, but it sounded like he was giving you mad props.
Dude, I've watched it so many times, and I've learned so much from it. Going back and watching it, it's crazy.
Yeah, we were when we did our first one together, our first podcast together, we were talking about boxing, MMA, that kind of stuff. And to me, it's always seemed like the one sport where like the most like difficult thing is just getting your like experience through matches, like because it seems like it's totally different than just a spar. Yes. Even if you set it up just like a real fight,
it's 100% different with the crowd, the cage, the ref in the ring. Everything's different.
I was gonna ask you, like, when you're training for a fight, like, when you know who your opponent is, do you study film on them, or like how does that work? Like,
I mean, some people do, some people don't.
What do you do?
Like 2 days before I fought Americo, like I looked at his Instagram, I watched his fights. I mean, he looked like he was good, and I looked at his Instagram, and like a week before the fight, he was a blue belt, and then 2 days before, I looked at it again, and I went through it a little bit more, and I found out that he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Oh. I'm a white belt. I'm just like, this is gonna be fun.
So, are you more of a striker?
Yeah, I'm more of a kickboxer, 100%.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I like to stand and bang.
Bro, you kind of look like Sean Malley, man. I bet you get that.
Everybody says that.
The commentators on that last fight he's talking about, they call him that too.
They call me Baby Sean O'Malley.
I love it, man. He's about to fight, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be watching.
I think it's Pedro Munoz or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's who he's fighting.
And Honest Sandria's fighting, I think, the headline of that fight too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be big. Nate Diaz was supposed to be on it too.
Really?
He's not gonna be on it anymore, I don't think, but he was gonna originally be on it, or it was works.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Do you watch a lot of UFC?
Yeah, I watch some of it. I don't really watch the pay-per-views, but I watch it.
What is that up and coming guy that's in the same class as Nate Diaz? He's like a Muslim dude. I can't pronounce his name.
What's his name? Makachev.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
He's good, man.
Dude, his last fight with Gilbert Burns was crazy.
Yeah.
That was a war.
I think the craziest last fight I watched UFC was when Tony Ferguson got knocked out.
Dude, I didn't watch that one. I just watched the replays, and when I seen it on Facebook after, I was just like, oh my God.
Crazy, bro. Did you like see his pictures of like his face as he's getting kicked? I'm like, what?
It was crazy.
You ever train with Avery?
Yeah, all the time, every day.
How does that go?
It's fun sometimes until you get hit by him, and then it's just like you get hit by a center block.
Oh yeah, I've let him hit me in the stomach. On the podcast we did, we were like, man, we gotta let these hands hit us one time, dude. He like hit me once, it hurt, but then he was like, nah, I gotta come back. He like uppercutted me. I'm like on the ground, dude.
It hurts.
So, but yeah, that's my guy. Shout out to Avery.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate everything he does.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's doing a lot too, man.
Yeah.
He's like, and he told me that one of the coolest things he told me was just be consistent with everything. And you go on Facebook, he's like consistent with everything, every day, man. You know, just working.
Every day we're in the gym. Every day.
Really?
Yep.
So you train every day?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. How often you get hit in the face?
Every time.
Yeah. So it's nothing new.
No.
You go in there.
No.
So what does like a normal training session look like for you?
Well, throughout the week, we got Monday, it's jiu-jitsu, which is from 6:30 to 8, and then from 8 to MMA or to 9, it's MMA. So that Avery just runs that. We either spar, roll, just whatever he wants to do. And then every like Monday and Thursday we do either kickboxing or jiu-jitsu, and then Tuesdays it's just a free day, whatever. Get somebody going there and opens the gym. We do whatever we want, and then Sundays, Fridays is really the gym's day off, but Sundays is Sunday Fun Day. So everybody goes in there and we spar every Sunday. I think that's the best days, honestly.
How many people do you think like goes there?
It's getting bigger and bigger every week, honestly.
I'm telling you, dude, because I had like quite a few people like when I did the one with Avery, like add me from there, and like y'all got quite a bit of people, man.
It's getting bigger all the time. Everybody though, like all ages.
Yeah.
Like from kids, like 6 and up to 13 and up.
How long have you been doing it?
Like MMA in general.
Yeah.
I did. When I first started, I did karate, and I was 13 or 12 actually, and I got my black belt in 2 years in karate in Hot Springs, and then from there, I went and did taekwondo at Optimal Black Belt Academy. They're not open anymore, but when I was the funny part about that is, whenever I was doing taekwondo, I was doing karate at the same time. And
really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could do that.
It was long days.
I guarantee it, man. I guarantee it.
And basically, so the guys that, like in karate, they bully me all the time because I was one of the littler guys. So I was over there doing taekwondo, so my kicks were getting better. And one of the guys that I was sparring with that was bullying me, he told me that I was on steroids.
For real?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I took a break for a while, moved out of town. I didn't move out, but I moved out of town with my ex. And then I had to get my mind right.
Right.
So I got back into it. I went up there with Avery every once in a while because I was living there, and he basically, like, I posted on Facebook, and I was like, anybody want to get some work in? Because I needed it. I needed to clear my head. And basically, he hit me up, and he's like, hey, you want to come up Sunday to BB? And I'm like, yeah, for sure, 100%. And I came up there. I went up there, and we got some rounds in. It was just, like, instant family.
Oh, that's when you first met him?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That was, like, 2016, I'm pretty sure.
Dang, okay.
A long time ago.
It's been a minute.
And then I think back in November, I moved to Cabot. And everybody's like, what gym are you going to go to? What gym are you going to go to? I'm like, 100% 501 Fight Club.
Right.
Because that's where I know.
Dude, I swear to God, Cabot, Arkansas is where the fighters come out of.
Yes.
I swear to God. That's where Thug Nasty's from, right?
Yep.
I never understand why they always say he comes out of Searcy, Arkansas. But I think that's where he went to like school.
He trained in Little Rock.
Oh, really?
That's where he came from, is West Side.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, I've been trying to get him on too. I've been like messaging him. I'm like, dude, I just trying to get my camo shorts too, you know?
Yeah.
I might make him a shirt that can camo. Like, just come on, bro. Come on, bros. But
That'd be awesome.
So in 2016, when you first got into it, did you think did you just want to do it as like a way to get in shape, a way to keep yourself busy and stuff like that? Or did you always want to like actually go for real fights? And
back then I really didn't want to fight. I wanted to keep myself out of trouble and stay busy doing something. And then it just evolved over time of wanting to have the love to fight and to get in there and fight.
I've always wondered that too. Because I would just want to go try y'all's workouts just to get in shape. I've always wondered like if there's just people that just do it just for the workout.
There is.
Or, you know, I always wondered that because it's intense, man. Like I watch these training videos of just like MMA fighters or boxers it's just insane, man.
Yeah. It really just depends on the person.
Respect, you know?
Really just depends on the person.
Yeah. But is it like free your mind to do that too, though,
Yes.
you think? Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Dude,
peace.
Yes.
Stuff, yeah.
It's been a long week, I'll tell you that.
Has it? Where you work at?
I just started working at Safe Light in Little Rock, actually.
Oh, okay. What do you do there?
Repair windshields,
Oh, nice.
replace windshields, whatever they want me to do.
That's what's up, dude. And then on his time is off, he gets hit in the face or hits someone in the face, kicks him.
Yep.
That sounds like a life, man. Got a rock star over here. Man.
But yeah, like I know quite a few people that'll go to just do the workouts that don't actually want to, like they'll go in and do y'all's workouts and stuff. They don't go in to spar. They don't have any ambition to fight and stuff. And that's definitely how it's got to be for people that aren't planning to fight, because you can't be like 50-50 on it. No. Like if you're gonna fight, you're 100%.
Yeah.
You got to stay committed.
Yeah.
What is it like when you're walking out?
Dude, when I walked out, like, this is going to sound really fanboy if you've watched any Sean O'Malley, but it's a deep meditative state. To me, it is.
Yeah.
Because before my fight, the doctor, when I went to get checked, they said they'd take my pulse. My pulse was a 68 before my fight.
What?
Yes.
Crazy.
And they were like, "Are you sure you're getting into a fight?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was calm.
Right.
I've not done it, but I've been in matches and tournaments. I've been out there in front of crowds, and it really just didn't bother me. And then when I walked out, it was kind of blinding just to see all the people and the lights, and I was like, "Wow, this is actually happening," because it's a dream.
Right.
Like, since I was young, I mean, I know you said that has it evolved? Yes, it has evolved, but I've always wanted to fight. So, like, it's I don't know how to word it, really. How would I word that? I don't know.
I'm starting to think you're his brother, man. I swear to you.
But how about like when you're actually in the cage and the fight starts? I know that the arena. I mean, obviously the UFC ones are tens of thousands of people,
Yeah.
but like sound wise, do you just kind of tune it all out? Did you hear people? Did you hear your coaches? Like, what was that like?
Dude, when I walked in that cage, like, I heard everything until that bell rang and the door locked. And then it was just like not black, but I zoned out.
Mm-hmm.
All I could see was him across that cage, and that's all that mattered. And it was just like, I'm going to do this, and I'm probably going to get hit, but it's part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I get knocked out, I get knocked out. It happens.
Where do these fights usually take place?
There's a couple coming up in Hot Springs, Little Rock, and Texarkana.
Okay.
My next fight's going to be in Bentonville, though.
And when is that?
July 9th.
July 9th. Bro, we'll have to come check you out, man,
Awesome.
for sure.
That'd be great.
Be dope, dude. That was weird with the light. Shining bright. But yeah, man, I would love to go to something like that, you know?
They're fun.
I've never actually been to a fight.
They're fun.
I
Dude.
watch them all the time, but I've never actually been to one.
It's crazy because you got so many different types of people. It's the drunk guy that wants to fight, the fighters. It's just the civilians, the people that are just hanging out with their kids, and then the kids running around, and the security, and it's crazy.
Is there alcohol served there?
It just depends where they're at.
Right.
Like, I know the ones in Texarkana now with Peak, they're the one that I went to before as when I wasn't fighting, it was a bar, the Hideout. I know they were serving alcohol, but I don't know about the
That
convention
crowd
center.
was lit.
Dude, that was wild.
I guarantee it, bro.
I seen like 3 people get kicked out and like escorted out that night.
I guarantee it, man. So how many rounds do y'all usually go?
Mine are 3.
Yours are 3?
3-minute rounds.
And then what's the main like event, like 5 or something like
Yeah,
that?
5-minute rounds or 5 3-minute rounds. It really just depends on either if it's for a belt or if they're pro or who it is.
And who are you fighting next?
Scott Lome out of I think it's Lome Gym or something like that.
How do these like fights go about like happening?
Really just you got to get not your name out there, but you got to have a good coach that puts your name out there, and you have to know people. Like Avery, he's got me both of these fights, and it's not that he's got them, which he has, but it's like he's put my name out there enough that people want me to. Like, I've got, I think, 4 promotions that have asked me to fight already.
Dang.
And I ask Avery, I ask everybody in the gym before I accept any of them, and I'm like, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? So, I mean, it's just up to them and up to me and the owner of the gym, Master Webb.
He's got Arkansas, huh?
Yeah.
He's got some pull in Arkansas,
Yeah.
man.
Commissioner.
It really seems like by the sound of like all these promotions and stuff like that. When I grew up, I was a huge like WWE fan.
So was I.
And so and my dad was too. So I always knew about like the old school wrestling and stuff like that. And before WWE was like worldwide, they had small promotions all over America. And like it kind of seems like the same thing. And like the big thing about those promotions was like you never knew who was running the promotion. So you always had to ask around to other people to see if this was somebody who was even going to pay you or treat you right. Like, so I definitely see that it's good that you have people that you can go to and say, should I go on this promotion but
I'm glad that I have all those people too, because if I didn't, it would have never happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I mean, it definitely sounds like it's not, you're not getting attention from them because someone's asking them to come look at you. You just have to. They just won't come looking for people.
No, they won't.
So you need an introduction. You need to get yourself in the door, and that'll help get you started. So
yeah,
it's good that you have that for sure.
I got hot.
Oh.
Sorry, folks. Got a little hot in here. Had to open the door.
I didn't know what was going on.
Sorry. Yeah, that is cool though, man. And I've seen Avery post a lot of fighters too. I don't know if it's just out of y'all's like 501 club or what, but like he's always posting about somebody fighting. I think he just posted about someone today. Probably. I don't remember who it was. He also put me on another guy, Shane Bridges. Do you know him? Yeah, I messaged him about coming on. We haven't made it happen yet, but he's down. So
yeah, for sure. Shane's a really good guy.
Yeah, he seemed nice when he like messaged me and stuff. Yeah. So, and what class is he in?
135. No, he's 125. My bad.
So y'all are in the same one?
Yeah.
You think y'all would fight each other?
No, he's pro.
He's pro.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. Well, if you go pro, would you?
I mean, if it happens, it happens.
Oh, call him out. No, I'm just kidding. Man. I always wondered how that worked. Like, if I was an MMA fighter and my like brother was too, like, if we would go at it.
I mean, if the promotion and everybody thinks that's the right way to go.
Does it ever happen though? Have you ever seen that happen?
I've only seen it happen on like TV shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one movie. I think it was Tom Hardy and his brother or something like that. Yeah, I remember that. But it seems like so like you were saying, so you're amateur right now.
Yes.
So is it like a conscious choice not to turn pro until you reach a certain point, or like is it just you need so many
you have to
fights
have
under your
6
belt?
Fights in Arkansas before you can go pro.
Okay.
Do they have to be wins or just you just have to have 6? Okay. I didn't know how that worked.
Yeah.
So
6 fights and that's it.
So these promotions, like the last one you did the fight for, the one in February.
Mm-hmm.
So it was an amateur fight, but do they have pro fighters on the same card and everything? Okay, so you can do any promotion as an amateur and a pro.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool too. I wasn't sure about that neither.
It's like the UFC, their prelims, it's like not the little name people, but it's the lower, they're not in the ranks yet. They're working their way there.
Yeah.
And then you work up to the main event, which is the high paid, good fighters.
Yeah.
The champions.
So that, I mean, yeah, because I've always, you know how they'll talk about certain fighters' records and stuff like that and say that they're 13-5 in UFC, but 20-7 overall, and most of the, I didn't realize that most of those were probably still with UFC technically, but they're either would they still count it as amateur fight? Like, would that go on their overall record, or your pro record's just
different.
completely?
I think with pros, I think it's different with the promotions, right?
I think it is, yeah.
Because I know Bryce Mitchell is undefeated in UFC, so it says undefeated, but like you also see where he has 1 loss.
Yeah,
that was in the Ultimate Fighter though.
Bryce was in the Ultimate Fighter?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
I think it was like season 14 or something like that.
I did not even know that.
It was a while ago.
Stopped watching after like season 4. It was just the same thing every year.
I haven't watched it since Nate Diaz.
I've tried to get back into it. It's just I don't have the time really.
Yeah.
For the most part, all the none of the contestants are ever interesting. It's always the coaches that I watch for.
Yeah.
Doesn't Connor do that sometimes?
Yeah, he was.
Or he has before.
Yeah.
I think his was when Uriah Faber was the opposing coach, and that was my favorite UFC fighter for the longest time. But ever since the first fight I watched of him, he lost it, and he was just downhill from there. But I think it was I must have been 10, 11 at the time, and he came out to California Love by Tupac. So I was like, okay, this is my guy, and then he got his ass whipped. So, yeah.
I was like that with Deontay Wilder, man, and that didn't turn out too pretty.
Dude, I don't watch much boxing.
Do you not?
No.
I have like certain boxers I watch. Like I like boxing,
names, but I don't really watch it because it's not as interesting to me as MMA.
Yeah.
Right. I'm telling you, I've really grown to like love like MMA like too. Like I used to just really watch boxing, and then like UFC just I don't know. It's just got more and more interesting more to me over the years, man. Yeah. And there's a lot more fighters in UFC that I like.
It's grown a lot.
Yeah.
Like I like Francis, Sean, Nate Diaz, Bryce Mitchell. You know, the list goes on. Derek Lewis is honestly one of my favorites too.
Didn't he just get beat by Tai Tuivasa?
Yeah, he did.
That was a wild fight.
I think he's lost his last. Oh, that's when he got knocked out too.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
an
sure.
elbow.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
dude.
sure it was.
Cold.
Yeah, that
Cold.
I think the main thing that makes UFC so much better than boxing or just MMA in general is like boxing. It doesn't matter if they're the small guys or the heavyweights. It's basically the same fight. Like
Right.
UFC and MMA in general, it's, you know, the little guys have their styles, the big dudes have theirs, and everything in between. And people, some of them are jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, some of them are strikers, like some of them just have insane ground games. So like there's something different every fight. You can't, like, it's not just the same
Right.
punches being thrown back and forth kind of thing.
And you don't know you don't know if they're going out and kick, they're getting submitted, you
I don't
know.
know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's
No.
my favorite part about fighting. Really, is you never know what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
You can go in there, could be 30 seconds, could be 30 minutes. You never know.
Have you ever just training, you ever got knocked out cold?
Yeah,
What's that feeling like when you get I've never been knocked out, so
I didn't get knocked out until about Easter, actually.
yeah.
Easter day.
Happy Easter.
Yeah, by Shane, actually.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Woke up, I bet you don't know what's going on.
I knew what happened, but I didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
Where am I at right now? I mean, is that when y'all are training, it's not like supposed to happen though, right?
No, you don't want it to, but if it happens, I mean, you can't really. There's nothing you can really do.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I didn't know if y'all, I mean, I'm sure it's not as hard as y'all going, like if you're like actually competing, but I bet y'all go hard sometimes though.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sparring. I bet sometimes it get personal too. You get hit a certain time, like, all right, it's on,
Yep.
motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the main, like, as long as the guys are like been kind of like members of the gym and stuff like that, like if it's guys that you know, like you can get to that point where y'all get pissed off a little bit and it starts to get a little real, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know at the end of it that your teammates,
Yeah.
you work together, so it's
Brothers and
yeah.
sisters. I mean, you knock each other out, you punch each other, you help each other up, you say good job, and you go on about your day. I mean,
Yeah. And I mean,
sportsmanship.
it's they're helping you get better, you're helping them get better, so it's nothing to be mad about once it's over and done with.
Yeah.
But I mean, anyone's gonna be mad if they get hit in the face. But
How much trash talking goes on fight week?
Dude, last fight camp, they were posting, or Americo was posting on his story how I was a dead man walking and all that, and I let it go, and then he didn't want to stand up with me.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
that's crazy. When I see, because all I saw from him was just the 3-minute video that was
Yeah.
posted, and like, I mean, afterwards he, you know, goes for the hug and everything. I
Yeah.
was like, wow, this guy seems really nice.
He
But
was.
I mean, that's kind of how it always is, though. Even like the biggest rivalries that you see in MMA, like the most trash talk, they get super personal. But after that fight, there's just respect there. And
Yeah.
like I'm sure there's a few.
Most of the time.
there's a few things that you can do to make it to where you don't get the respect at the end of the fight, but you really got to cross the lines.
Full of Connor Khabib.
Yeah. But that, and so when you train for upcoming fights and stuff like that, do you change your plans on what you're going to train specifically, like depending on what the fighter specializes
Yeah.
in? Okay, so and would like it's kind of, so like in football, if you're going to play a team that has a running quarterback the next week, then that week at practice you'll throw in a guy from your bench or whatever that's kind of
Yeah.
mobile. So like, do you have like guys from the gym that kind of specialize in what your opponent's going to specialize in, and they come in and kind of help you get set up for that? Or
We got a couple people. Dakota Walters, he helps me with striking and kickboxing. I mean, the other night we were in there till about I think 9:30, 9:45, and they're getting rounds in. And then I got Kenny Hunt. He's a really good guy. He helps me with jiu-jitsu and all that. And then we just go through it really. But those are the two main people that have really worked with me besides Shane and Avery. I mean, everybody helps each other, but those are the two main people that I could think of off the top of my head.
What happens after a fight?
With Americo, I tried to go find him, but he'd already left. But we still talk to this day. I mean, I messaged him after, and I was like, so what could I have done to get out of that? And he told me, and he invited me to come down to his gym and train. So I was like, I mean, I probably never will because it's in Texas somewhere, but I appreciate the offer for sure. But really, just after that fight, we either, if it's a win, we go out to eat. If it's a lose, we might go out to eat still. I don't know. And then we just head back to the house, or we stay the night at the motel.
That's what's up. Yeah, man, we're definitely coming to that fight, man. I'm telling you. Does Avery come to a lot of your fights too?
Yeah, Avery's in my corner. Avery and Gary Wilbanks are in my corner every fight.
Nice. I'd like to go to one of his too, man.
Dude, he's getting big.
I know it. That last fight he had, where he knocked the dude out, like the backspin or whatever. I was like, what?
Dude, I was watching that, and I was in Oklahoma. Dude, that was wild.
Dude, have you seen it?
Yeah.
Dude, crazy, man. Crazy.
So have all of your all your fights on your record, have they been in Arkansas, or have you traveled? Okay.
I've traveled. Well, when I was younger, the Taekwondo tournaments, those were in Oklahoma, but those aren't on my record. So
gotcha.
I'm not really worried about those anymore.
So I know you said that you need 6 amateur fights in Arkansas to go pro.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get your 6 fights, go pro in Arkansas, what if a promotion in Tennessee or something wanted to put you on a card? Do you have to get approved in every state? Like, because I know that they have, like, each state has their own kind of commission or whatever. Yeah. But do you, like, once you turn pro in one state, like, are you good for everywhere, or?
I mean, you still got to get your license for that state, but I mean, it's not really a big deal to you.
How do you get your license?
You got to go to the commissioner. And just like at weigh-ins, it's really just you sign a paper, pay the money, and you can fight.
Dude, how are weigh-ins, man?
Dude, like, my weight cut for that fight, dude, it was the first weight cut, and I thought I was going to die.
For real?
Yeah.
Dude, we actually, you remember?
Yeah.
So we both went to Greenbrier, and our junior or senior year? Junior year, they started having wrestling, right? Mm-hmm. And we just ran cross country, and we're just like, Coach asked us if we wanted to, like, try out. We're like, okay. Dude, we showed up to one practice, never wrestled nothing. He's like, all right, boys, well, I'm signing you up for the fight, or for the meet. It's tomorrow. We're like, oh, my. What? You know what I mean? Dude, and I go in there, I'm like, all right, well, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm thinking, you know what? I'll just watch everybody else, how they do it, and then yada, 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 have a little idea, right?
Yeah.
I'm the first one to go on, dude.
Oh, that wasn't good, was it?
Yeah, no, it was not good. I went 0-3 for sure. I mean, the first one, I got tapped pretty quick. The second one, I got like this just pure muscle, like dude from BB, just straight to my like knee, dude. Like I thought it went back, bro. The third fight, like we just went back and forth. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I just remember like trying to make weight or not, like. It was tough, man.
Making weight, like it's fun once you get used to it. But my first weight cut, I walk around at like 135, 140 in that area.
Yeah.
And I'm cutting to 125, so it's right at 20 pounds. And I think it took us. It was back when the snow was here, so we left that morning, and weigh-ins were supposed to be at 11 that day. Well, because of the snow, it got pushed back. And we didn't get up at weigh-ins until like 5:30 that night because I was cutting weight all day.
Dang, bro.
We rode in Dakota's truck with the heat on full blast from Cabot, or BB, we know it's Cabot, to Texarkana. Everybody started sweating. They throw their clothes on me. I had, I think, 5 blankets on, 5 layers on, and with the heat on full blast. Dude. And
Did it work?
Yeah, it worked.
There you go. That sounds terrible.
And then we went down to one of the gyms down there that had a sauna, and we sitting there for about 2 hours. It sucked.
That just sounds like a blast.
Yeah, the even worse part about it, I had a COVID a week before my fight.
The odds are stacked up against my guy over here, man. Man.
Yeah, with when we did the wrestling stuff, I just remember, I think I had to cut like 3 pounds the day of the fight, and I didn't know that you had to cut, so I mean it wasn't like I had all day. They told me 30 minutes before, you need to go run around, do all this, go to the bathroom, whatever you got to do. Yeah. And the worst part was my facial hair was basically the same as it is now, and at that time they had little Bic razors. They didn't tell us that you couldn't have facial hair. So I'm sitting there, like, I'm just going through them because you couldn't even, like, there wasn't enough water pressure to get the hair out, so I just had to use one until it was full. It was the worst thing ever, dude. I only had 2 matches, And the first one was literally, he blew his whistle and I was on my back, just 1, 2, 3, done. But the second one, I lasted like a minute and a half, but I got like 6 fouls called on me because I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I'm over here trying to put the dude in like a master lock and do some WWE moves on him and stuff. But
let's get ready to run.
I
didn't even know how to position myself.
No,
it was so bad. They were like point. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing.
I think I went down like, and I was in like a football stance. Like the other dude's doing his little thing, and I'm like, okay. But that was just an awful time. I think I only joined because the day that he decided he was gonna go, I didn't make our soccer team at the school, so I was like, whatever, yeah, I'll go wrestle. No, never again.
Never again, dude.
And that coach, for years after that, he would hit us up and ask us why we don't come back and wrestle and stuff. I'm like, no. Y'all threw us to the wolves on day one. Like,
and we knew nothing, dude. Like, no, I think we even showed up to practice halfway through the practice.
Yeah,
something like that. Like, just
and that's what I don't understand. Like, they were a really good wrestling program, especially for being like a first year program at the time.
Yeah,
and it just seemed weird. It really seems weird to me now that 2 guys that just walk into practice one day, they throw into the matches the next day. Like, it just seems crazy. And I don't know how all the like point system works
for the wrestling.
Yeah, like it just seemed weird because I know there's like team scores and stuff like that. So I understand that they need people in each weight class and stuff like that, but it was just, I don't know any other sport where you would have someone show up for one day and be like, all right, you're in.
Thrown to the wolves, man.
You know you loved it. You had fun.
Yeah, for about 3 seconds.
But we had to go through kind of like a commission type thing. Like they had to do like was it a drug test or we had to give urine samples. I think it was more of a hydration thing.
Was it?
Yeah, I think they needed to test something to let us know if we could even wrestle. Like it was weird because it wasn't at the school. One of the wrestling coaches like drove us individually to Little Rock somewhere, and it seemed like a training facility or something, but it was kind of like that. Like, we had to get permission to be allowed to wrestle. I don't know if you remember it.
I don't remember that part.
But
that's been a long time ago.
But
yeah, probably something like that. I think they won state either that year or the next year. There was one guy on there who was really good. I think he came out of like Conway Christian, PA or somewhere, or maybe he went to PA, but like PA like grabbed him. Like dude doesn't lose in wrestling. Dude's just like a champ. But I'm like, I don't know. For me, I was like, I didn't know people like wrestle. Like I mean, wrestle with my buddies, stuff like that. Yeah. But like, I didn't know that people actually like wrestled like in Greenbrier. You know what I mean? Yeah. And just the fact that they start this program and there's like 3 badasses, you know, like just out and does not lose. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know. It's crazy. It was different.
I don't understand anything about it, but it definitely seems like if you're good at it, then I understand why you like it, but it doesn't seem as cool as any of the other like combat type sports.
You want to talk about not being cool or cool? Those unitards they make you wear, bro. I'm telling you, whenever I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do wrestling. This is gonna be cool, you know. And then they make me put on this suit. I'm like, dog, what? It's like and then the way you position yourself with others, I'm like, oh. And
the worst is they would do like restarts if there was a foul or something, and they'd like make you like straddle them, or they'd straddle you. Yeah. Like, it was the weirdest stuff.
It was different, man, for sure. Do you think that someone who hasn't like really like trained fighting and all that, but just has a really good wrestling background can like pick up MMA pretty quick?
I mean, yeah, they could. There's a couple people in the gym that they really just they've wrestled in the past, and they're slowly getting better at their kickboxing and everything else.
I mean, that's kind of what Ben Askren did, wasn't it?
Yeah,
something like that. And he was really good. He was just a really good wrestler.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of an outlier, but that's exactly how Brock Lesnar was. He was a collegiate wrestling champion, and then, I mean, I know he lost his first UFC fight, but he was a champion too, so.
Right.
But, I mean, regardless, you can go into it with little to no experience, I feel like, and pick it up, but you have to want to be good at it. Like, you have to be committed. You can't just go in there and think that you're going to try it out or whatever.
What about like transitioning from MMA to boxing? Like, do you think you could get in the ring?
No.
You don't think?
No. I mean, kickboxing maybe, but boxing, no.
No.
I feel like it'd be difficult just getting used to not being able to use half of your arsenal, like no kicks. No.
Oh, I mean, you've seen it like with when Conor fought Floyd or when Tyron Woodley fought Jake Paul. Like when Tyron like body slammed Jake Paul, and you could just see they're like, stop, you can't do that. Or Conor like trying to throw bows. But I don't think they can help it. It's just like memory. You know what I mean? It just comes
natural.
Yeah. What do you think about the whole Jake Paul situation and all that?
Honestly, I have no use for either one of them.
Yeah. Logan Paul says he's going to come to UFC.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
Dana White ain't going to sign him.
Well, Dana White said he's not saying no.
Oh, well.
I mean, Dana White loves money. That's that's the end of that.
It would probably bring in some money, man,
It
for sure.
would bring in views for sure.
Logan will get tore up, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Jake, too, man.
That's why the big thing is when people ask them, or people will talk about their pay-per-views against UFC fighters or basketball players or whatever. They're like, well, why don't you fight a boxer? Why don't you fight a UFC guy if you're actually going to do an MMA fight? And it's like, because the guys that are at their skill level have never been heard of, so there's no point. Especially because it doesn't matter how good you are. There's a chance you can get hurt in there regardless. So if you're going to go in there, you're going to go in there for the right fight, not you're not going to waste it.
You mean like having another, let's see, Jake Paul like 5-0, having another just boxer 5-0?
Yeah,
nobody's going to know
just
that is.
Yeah, just a younger guy, or not younger necessarily, but like a newer guy that doesn't have 20, 30 fights under his belt, but
versus him fighting Nate Diaz.
Yeah,
like if Nate Diaz, yeah.
Because
I agree with that.
Nate Diaz's skill level is way above, but the names are like their popularity is similar.
Right.
So you have to find someone that's close to them and their like popularity and following on social media and stuff like that, but that skill level has to kind of equal out a little bit to make it an interesting fight. Because you could have one of them hop in there with Conor or Khabib or something like that. The fight would last 20 seconds. So nobody wants to see that. Well, I'm sure some people do. But
I've been wondering who Conor, when he comes back, who he's going to fight.
I honestly don't think he'll come back.
You don't think ever?
I don't think he will.
Really? I think
Really
he comes
don't.
back.
I mean, if he comes back, it's going to be against a lower name person, I hope.
Yeah.
I used to like Conor until he started doing all the stupid stuff, hitting people and getting drunk and doing all the stupid stuff.
Right.
And then I just lost all respect for him, really.
I don't know. They were talking about he wants to get a belt, like fight, as soon as he comes back.
It ain't going to happen.
I mean, if it did, who would he fight?
Depends on what the weight, really. I mean, he's been talking about Kamaru Usman.
Bro, he don't want that, dude.
No.
He gonna get slapped.
if he comes back, the only thing I can see him doing is taking like one of the novelty fights, like a Jake Paul kind of guy. Like, I'm not saying him specifically, but it would be another one of those Conor versus Floyd type things.
So not UFC, though?
I don't think he would come back to fight a guy that's in their prime still.
He's talking about fighting Jorge now. So, I mean...
What do you think about that?
I think Jorge beats him in the first.
Right now? Yeah, probably so, dude. And, dude, last time I seen a picture of Conor, he looked like he put on weight.
He put on a lot of weight. He went up to 185 is what I got, or what I read on Instagram.
That's nuts.
When he was fighting in his the lowest weights that he fought at, like, you could definitely tell it was the weight that he wanted to fight at because he knew he could be the king of that division. But he looked so much more healthy when he was fighting at higher weights. I can't remember what year it was, but there was like a side-by-side of his two fights, the Diaz fight and then whatever one was before it. And the one before it, like, you can see, like, the muscles in his cheeks and everything. But then the Nate Diaz one, he's 10, 15, 20 pounds bigger and just looked like a whole different person. He was healthy, but he knew he couldn't run over a division with Nate and other guys like that in it.
I want to see Covington versus, like... Poirier.
I think that'd be a banger, really.
I think
really
so, too.
do.
I think Covington wins, too, man. I don't know. Covington's grown on me,
That's a
man.
tough one.
I can't stand him.
I know, bro. People hate him.
He's
good, though, dude. He's so good.
I just think there's so many people that hate him because of what he says, and I'm like, no, it's not that. I just hate that he's trying, like, he's he grew up watching WWE for sure because he
Yes.
is a character.
Yes.
He is not what he portrays himself on TV. I'm sure if you talk to him, he's completely different than that persona. But that's kind of what the Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweathers of the world have done.
Builds fights, and stuff
That's
like that.
how they get, I don't think anyone would be talking about him. His skill level is up there, but in this day and age, your skill level can only get you so far. Your charisma and your ability to sell yourself is what really puts a lot of these fighters on the top.
Yeah.
What's a fight you want to see?
I know it's not gonna happen, but I want to see the Dillashaw and Garbrandt 3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be dope.
I like that for 135, and then I want to see Dillashaw and O'Malley.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that'd be a good one too, man. Or what about a Conor Nate 3?
I would like to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be one for the fans for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think Nate won both, in my opinion. But I don't know. I feel like that could happen, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I like that other fighter too that fought Poirier last. He submitted him.
Charles Oliveira.
Yeah.
He's
What?
He's
Was
okay.
that Charles Oliveira?
Pretty sure.
No. Not that was the guy that just fought, right?
Yeah. He
Is
just
it?
fought Gaethje and knocked him out.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
Not
Was that
knocked
him?
him out, but got the rear naked.
Yeah. Was
think
that the
that's
fight
what
I
you're
was
talking
thinking?
about. I don't know.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Can you look that up?
Yeah.
Get some stats on that. Yeah. Oh, you go to the Matt Tatter?
No, actually, I talked to him a little bit, but I need to. Yeah, I need to get some more.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Avery, talking about him.
Yeah.
I have other mutual friends that Avery put on with him, and he does good work, man.
Yeah, I want to get this finished, and then I want to get some more on this arm.
Nice.
Poirier's last two was McGregor, which he won, and then Charles. So, yeah, that was the one.
You're right. I don't know why I'm
Submission,
questioning a
rear naked
fighter
choke.
over here about it.
No, I don't know all
I thought
of
it was
it.
somebody else though. I mean, he's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good fight, dude. The Rose fight was trash though. So bad.
I watched it on TikTok live.
I'm the best. I'm the best. She looked like she was running too.
She was.
dude. It was bad. Dude.
And I have respect for Rose, but that wasn't Rose.
Yeah. I mean, you come out saying I'm the best, and then you bring that up performance. You know what I mean? And usually it's not like that, but
No.
that fight was just garbage, man.
I feel like she was scared.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, it seemed that way. Man. So who all's on the card on your next fight?
I have no clue.
He said, I'm going to stop you right there,
I
buddy.
have
I just
no
know who
idea.
I'm fighting. I can tell you where it's at.
I have no idea.
And you said it's in Bentonville, right?
Yeah. Avery sent me the thing for the tickets today.
How much your tickets?
I have no clue. It doesn't even say it on there. It just says that the tickets are available.
Do you have to pre-order them? Or order them online before
Yeah.
you go? Or?
Yeah, I mean, you can
Okay.
probably buy them there, but they'll probably be a little more expensive. And
Is it usually a pretty big audience though?
yeah, at the peak fight, they told when we were in the back, they go Johnny, the owner, walked back there and he goes, "Well, this is the first show we've actually sold out." And I was like, "Okay, this is gonna be interesting."
Oh. Do you have a song you come out to or anything like that?
Dude, this next one, I'm keeping it closed for right now, but when I walked out for peak, it was We're an American Band.
Oh.
And then I walked out with a Scooby-Doo hoodie and tie-dye, so it was interesting.
Hell yeah. That's dope, dude. That's dope.
Everybody after the fight, they were like, I had mixed emotions on that hoodie. Everybody was telling me, get a new hoodie. I love that hoodie. And I'm just like, I don't really care.
Oh,
It was for the tie-dye.
Scooby-Doo. I like it, man.
So, do you usually get a few months' notice before you take, or do you usually, you don't commit to a fight on a promotion super close to the date, do you?
No.
You go in advance so that you know
Yeah,
how far
most
out you go?
Some fighters will do that, but it has to be they know that fight's going to be a good fight.
Yeah.
Like this fight that I'm taking in July, since I got knocked out on Easter, I'm on a 60-day suspension. So I'm going to have right at 30 days to get actually ready for that fight.
Mm.
So it's going to be fun.
Oh, they do that when you get knocked out?
Yeah, if you get knocked out, down cold, it's a 60-day, but if you get a TKO, then it's a 30-day. for safety reasons.
I'm learning a lot of stuff today. Is this just Arkansas like rules on this, or is this like?
I'm pretty sure that's all around, but I know it is in Arkansas.
So, say you don't get knocked out, you win the fight in July. Do you is there a waiting period after that fight until you can start like getting back to regular training? Like,
no, you can go back in the next day and start training again.
Okay. So your suspension, is it from the gym or is it just from taking like a fight?
Neither. It's basically I can't get hit in the head, can't spar, can't do nothing.
Okay.
So no real contact to do anything.
Okay.
You want a beer?
No.
So who hands
He
that?
said no.
Who hands that down? Like that suspension?
The commissioner.
Okay.
I appreciate it though.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't mean to keep just like, I'm just hot, bro. So I had to give me a refreshment. I went canoeing last weekend, dude. And I'm like, wow, this Wonder Bread, dude. I burned. You know what I mean? And we were on the float. We did like a 9-hour float, dude.
Wow.
So just burnt.
Where'd you go?
Have you ever heard of the Cattern?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like go probably about 15 minutes up the road from here and put in there, and then we'll come out over here on 65.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah,
But that was fun.
Yeah, bro. Canoeing's like one of my favorite things, dude.
I don't think we were supposed to go do it a while back and it flooded, or at one of the places. I don't remember where it was. I think it was Washita.
Yeah.
But we were supposed to go and it flooded because it rained like a week before and it was still flooded, so we didn't go.
I've always wanted to go out there. I've heard good things about that. Another one I want to go to. You ever heard of the Mulberry?
Yeah.
Have you ever been there?
No.
I'm getting told no a lot by my man over here. No, yeah, I heard it's like super pretty out there. You know, it's around the Ozark
I've seen
area.
pictures, dude.
Yeah.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, I try to do that, try to find new places to go. I go to the Buffalo sometimes. I used to go to Spring River every Memorial Day weekend, but like all my buddies have girls, and I do too. So like, all on leashes in a way, if you will. But yeah, no, those were fun days too. But yeah, I go to the Cattern a lot, just like growing up out here in Greenbrier. We're like Cattern's like right here, bro, and it's a long creek, dude. So you can float for days, man.
Yeah.
So were you born and raised in Arkansas?
Yeah, I was born in Hot Springs,
Okay.
raised in Hot Springs, and I didn't move to Cabot until November of last year.
So you've been here whole life?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you said Cabot now?
Yeah.
How you like living out there?
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, these last couple weeks I've been moving a lot recently. But I moved to Little Rock for Safe Flight,
Yeah.
and that didn't work. Well, Safe Flight worked out, but the situation that was going on didn't work out. So I'm figuring out how to do it. But right now I'm staying in Conway with my cousins.
Conway Court, man. That's the best, dude. Yeah, dude, I've never like lived in Cabot or anything like that, but everybody I met from Cabot seems pretty cool, you know?
They're pretty cool.
They all seem pretty chill.
What I've realized being there, it's kind of like a retirement town. It's a bunch of old people, old retired vets. I mean,
Golfers.
yeah, a lot of them.
Have you ever went out there on that course?
Dude, I hate golf.
I've never even done it.
I hate it.
Yeah.
My grandma, she's always like, you need to learn how to play golf. You need to learn how to play golf. And I'm like, I don't want to. She goes, but what if you meet a girl and her dad wants to go golf? And I'm like, then he can go golf. I don't want to go with
I'm
him.
good on it. Have you ever golfed?
Very little. I go to the driving range a lot. That's fun, but that's not golfing.
I played putt-putt.
Yeah, I was about to say, I've played putt-putt, you know what I mean? I'd play top golf. Is that what you're talking about, like driving range? Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
top golf kind of? I tried to do that one time, and there was like a 3-hour wait, and I was like, bro, I just don't
They're
care.
building one in
Little Rock?
where Wild River Country used to be, I believe.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
where they're doing it?
Yep. Probably be expensive, but
Probably.
Top golf.
you can see a bunch of people posting pictures there.
Oh, every weekend, buddy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Every weekend, dude.
Because there's nothing to do anywhere. You can go to Walmart, go to the movies, or now you can go play golf.
Yeah.
Because I grew up 20
Luxurious
minutes.
lifestyle.
Yeah, the best.
He's from Maryland, too, dude.
Yeah,
so.
I grew up 20 minutes outside of Washington, D.C., so I'm used to having every pro sports team within an hour of me. I'm used to having 500,000 people in my city, and down here, it's a whole different ball game.
Dude, I lived in Breckenridge, Colorado for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And the altitude's different up there. It's like in town, it's like 10,900. That's very high. And a lot of fighters will move around that area to like, for like endurance, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, you run a mile out here, it would be like 3 miles. You know what I mean? Something like that. So, yeah, there's, like, a bunch of MMA people I met out there. They just say they train like that, and they, like, come from places low altitude. You know what I mean?
I know Avery, when he went to Jackson Wink, he came back and he was like, the altitude's completely different, and the humidity and everything, the weather. He goes, the cardio was crazy different. He can do one round there and be exhausted, but here he can go 10, 11, and he's fine.
Right.
So it's like, I mean, I don't know.
Dude, I went out there, my first day out there, I decided I'm gonna drink me a couple beers, you know?
Yeah.
And I like to drink. I got out there, I drank like 3 beers and was just hammered. And, dude, and it's crazy, too. Like, the kids out there that, like, grew up there their whole life, so athletic, dude. Like, at the skate park, this, like, kids, like, double tray flipping over this, like, just, like, over kids, too, you know? And they're, like, probably 6.
Wow.
So it's nuts, man.
I know that people have been doing, like, altitude training for a long time and stuff, but I feel like it really got popular, like, 10, 15 years ago. Especially, like, when we did cross-country, they came out with those, like, the face masks that people would wear that would, like, simulate being at a higher altitude. You remember those things?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it looks kind of like a big chin strap.
Yeah. I didn't know that's what that was.
Yeah, it basically, like, restricts your breathing a little bit, so it makes it kind of creates the environment of being, like, in Colorado and being at that higher altitude. But it, like he was saying, you said it was Avery, right?
Yeah.
So it's not just the altitude that helps with that training by actually going there. Like, humidity, like, everything, just the natural environment of the place, like, everything is so different. So when you come back to where you're actually at, or go fight where you're actually having the fight at, like, your body is used to, like, the most extreme conditions. So when you get back to your warm Arkansas gym or your wherever you're fighting at, like, it's a whole different ball game. Like, you feel like you can go forever.
You're ready to go,
Yeah.
dude.
Like, there's in the NFL, there's players that can't play at Denver Bronco games because, like, there's this disease, sickle cell, and it's like an immune system thing. And there's certain players that when they go to play the Broncos in Denver, they can't play there because that altitude, like, triggers that. And like, I think they have, like, similar, like, asthma symptoms when it happens, but it's no joke training with altitude and stuff like that.
That's crazy,
I
man.
think that they would train for that, though.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe, like, they I don't know if there's, like, workarounds for it or what, or if it's just too much of, like, a risk factor, but and I'm pretty sure it's a really, really rare disease too, because I can't remember the last time I heard something about that, but I just remember it because when I ran college cross country, and they would even they tested us for that, because I guess it's just something to where if you exhaust yourself, like, there's no stopping it, like, it's gonna happen. But that just came to mind when you were talking about Colorado.
So, dude, I've been thinking about getting another, like, camera to, like, film us, like, outside of just podcasting, like vlogging and stuff.
Yeah.
So what do you think about me maybe, like, coming and do a workout with you and Avery or something, just vlog it?
Dude,
That'd be
great.
cool.
Yeah.
See me get kicked. That'd be fun, man. I see he does, like, training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or he does classes.
Started it at Powerhouse. I know that for sure.
So
I haven't really talked to him much about it. But
do y'all-
I know he's doing it.
do y'all, like, pay fees or whatever when you go to, like, 501?
Yeah, it's $85 a month.
Oh, okay. That's not bad at all, dude.
No.
And y'all have, like, a gym and everything? Just
Yeah, like cage, everything.
Nice. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Anytime, dude.
Dude, yeah, it was. I told him I was excited about it. I love getting fighters on here and just talking about it too. You know, I'm not a fighter, but I love to watch fights.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, and like when Avery came on, we just had a blast, man.
Yeah, I seen it. Y'all looked like y'all had fun.
He brought the what is that? What is Dana White's whiskey called? Howlerhead. He brought us some Howlerhead.
Was that good?
Yeah, I mean, it helped me get through a painful hit from these hands. Let me tell you that. But yeah, man, it's good. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on, man.
I appreciate y'all for letting me be here.
Yeah, bro, for sure. And maybe after your fight or something, we'll do like a post-fight like interview or something.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
Great.
That'd be cool, man.
But yeah, good luck at the upcoming fight.
I appreciate it.
For sure. And appreciate you helping me co-host, man.
No problem.
Let's see you on podcast. See you next time.